we have good reasons to reaffirm our unity and to fight for it. And I want to fight for it. The conservative nationalists will win more seats in the European Parliament, of course. But they will not win a majority or not even a plurality. They will be stronger, but not the makers of political decisions. On the other side, the traditional conservative, the EPP, European Popular Party, will be weaker. The socialists will be weaker. And there will be two new forces, bigger than before. One will be completely new. Let's say the people between the left and the right, like Macron, Verhofstadt, some former socialists and some former conservative from the Christian democracy. And the green people will be much stronger than they used to be in the former parliament. I would prefer to wait for the results of the election, but if I have not this possibility with your question, two prophecies, risky of course. First, Salvini in Italy will break the coalition with 5 stars. He will go to new elections and he could win a majority with Berlusconi and Fratelli d'Italia. So it will be a coherent rightist government and majority in the parliament, in the Italian parliament. But this evolution, strangely enough, could temper his declarations and political proposition. Because right now he has to compete with the 5 stars, with demagogia on immigration and against Brussels feelings, Europhobia, let's say. When he will be really in charge, it won't be a necessity for him, first, and second, his political friends, I mean the small industries in Lombardia, don't want Italy to break with European Union and don't want European Union to dissolve itself. And so they will tell him, darling, be a little bit quieter. So maybe I'm too optimistic, but that's a proposition for the future in Italy. The future in Europe. I would say that first in Spain, we could have a coalition after the election between the Socialists and Ciudadanos, and so a Macron kind of government of majority in Spain. In France, basically we have a Macron kind of majority. In Netherlands, Belgium and Luxembourg also. In Germany also. And so I'm not that afraid of the situation. It's a little bit, no, it's really frightening, but I'm not that afraid. It could evolve quite reasonably in every country, European or not. The traditional left and the traditional right are weaker, and weaker because they cannot deliver. And they cannot deliver because the nation states are too weak now to deliver anything to the voters. We need now a European nation state. And so the right and the left are losing ground. And the ground is occupied by the extreme right and the extreme left. You have the same situation in France, after all, with the National Front, Madame Le Pen, and La France Insoumise of Mr. Mélenchon. So it's exactly the same phenomenon. And you have exactly the same phenomenon in Poland, Hungary, United States, Russia, China, India. Just think about Mr. Modi. He's an extreme rightist, nationalist, and very conservative. Not so Democrat. He's completely cynical, and he wants to play because it's a few votes, but nevertheless votes. He wants to play the fascist cards to seduce the former fascist and the nostalgic of those times. And that's it. He's a pure cynical person. I was really frightened by what I discovered in those countries, and also in Italy and Austria. In 4 of the 27 countries of the European Union. 4 of the 27. It's not nothing. And I concluded that never since the end of World War II, the European countries, and of course the unity, but mainly speaking, the European countries themselves were so much threatened by the reality. And the reality is now that we have 3 enemies, not small enemies, not weak enemies. The United States of Mr. Trump, Russia of Mr. Putin, and China of Mr. Xi. So it's not nothing. And if those 3 presidents are so adamant to destroy our unity, we have good reasons to reaffirm our unity and to fight for it. And I want to fight for it. Well, there were 3 reasons. The politics of Mr. Renzi was very tough, economically and socially speaking. And so there was logically a resentment against him and against the PD. First reason. Second reason, the immigration, of course. And third reason, maybe the main one, the other European countries were not at all solidary. And so there was a resentment against France, Germany, and all the other European countries. And I can understand that. Because we were, including my country, France, absolutely hypocritical on this question. Bravo! Those Italians are wonderful, so generous, but where is the help? No help.